All right. Well, I mean, the game's canceled. We've sat here and waited for hours. Professional baseball, the Major League Baseball, whatever you want to call it, I mean, they are clearly the worst run professional sports league in the world. There's not even a close second. I mean, all of the issues that they've had, and namely with Rob Manfred, who is without a doubt, and I'm no baseball historian, he is without a doubt the worst commissioner in the history of the league. It is embarrassing, some of the stuff that they've pulled. And sure, I mean, there was a lot of bad luck with this rain, but I mean, for specifically the Yankees, and I'm not crying about the Yankees, I'm not claiming it was bad luck and that they're getting screwed over. This is league-wide with the entire format and everything, but specifically with the Yankees, to have 5 off, 1 on, 2 off, 3 on, now 1 off, and now you're going to play a game at 4 o'clock in the afternoon on a Tuesday. You have a Game 5 winner-go-home game with the biggest market in the entire world, the New York market, and you're going to put that game now at 4 p.m. on a Tuesday? I mean, are you fucking kidding me? This is what this league does over and over and over again. And now people are saying it benefits the Yankees. People are saying it benefits Cleveland. I don't think it benefits really anyone but Houston. I mean, when you look at it, I mean, Nestor's still on 3 days rest. Now the Indians or the Guardians still have a chance. Now they have the opportunity to play Bieber if they want to. Both bullpens are rested. Sure, the Yankees weren't going to be at full strength if they pitched today. Either way, though, now Houston's getting the winner of the series on a travel day. I mean, it's just a complete and utter disaster, and it's just I cannot believe. Just how not only baseball's handled it, but also the Yankees have handled it. They're not refunding tickets. I mean, I saw this on Twitter, and it was legitimate. They're probably going to peel that back because I can imagine the backlash they're going to get. But you have people, I mean, they open the gates hours before the game. They're sitting there like jerk-offs waiting for hours and hours, spending money at the ballpark, buying food, kind of just like weathering the storm and waiting for this game to finally happen. And now you're going to tell me that not only is the game canceled, but you're not going to give the money back? You're not refunding anything? I mean, I don't care who it is. I really don't. I mean, Hal Steinbrenner's got to make something right because that is a complete and utter disgrace. And that's really all there is to say about what transpired tonight, except for one last thing. And I'm getting sick and tired of this, really. This is embarrassing, and it's very, very disappointing, and it's disgusting. I saw a tweet. And it was a video, and this is like 99% real. I don't know how it could not be real, but it's a video of Isaiah Kiner-Falefa leaving the stadium in his like Benz GLE or whatever he's driving. So, I mean, it being a nice car kind of confirms it's him, sort of. And he's getting yelled at. People are throwing shit, and he's just getting berated. What is there to berate about this guy? Why is he the punching bag of the entire team? I feel so bad for IKF. He's done nothing but play hard and want to be here. He was the starting shortstop for this team from day one until literally 2 days ago. And he's been this unnecessary scapegoat. I mean, the guy, first of all, is batting. I think he's got 3 hits and 11 at bats. He has one of the highest hit totals on the whole team in 3 days, in 3 games. I understand the fielding's shaky. I get it. It still has yet to cost us, and arguably, it cost us more by putting Cabrera at short and having to move Hicks now to play to get a spot in the lineup and play left when he's lollygagging it to fucking the left field line, and we're missing that bloop that falls and Cole gets a run earned. So I mean. It is gross what the Yankee fans are doing to Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. I think this starts at the top. I think Boone coming out and saying that he was pressing and that he needed – I don't know where this is coming from. He was pressing. I mean, okay, define pressing when you make a mistake in the field in the first inning of the first game of the series and then you come right back and hit a base hit. Describe, again, pressing when you have another 2 hits in the next game. I mean, where is he? I understand he's not the greatest fielder. And if you want to maybe try some stuff out. But to really just completely, I'm sure his confidence is now ruined. If I was him, I would not want to be a Yankee ever again. And I feel bad because he's a Yankees fan. He loves the team. And I could tell he wants to play. All of his comments before in the pre-games of each game, even before the series started, he discussed how this is what it's all about. He's going to play his game and blah, 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 blah. And I just feel really, really bad for him. I really do. It's such an unfortunate shame, and that's just. I mean, I guess what you get when it's a lot of these spoiled Yankee fans who are not really clued in to what's been going on, and they hear a couple words here and there, whether it's from some idiots on the fan, or it's, Boone himself or someone, and now they just jump on it that like IKF is the worst player ever and he's costing us games. It's disgusting. But let's get to tomorrow's game now that things have changed a little bit. So I'm assuming the lineup's going to stay the same, which is Hicks and left. Again, a complete joke in my opinion. Put in Carpenter. Maybe, this is a little bit crazy, but put in Stanton then. And then and then DH Carpenter or something. I don't even know anything. But to have Hicks in the lineup is a disgrace to me. Sure, he walked last game. Great. If that's all he's going to give us, right? So the lineup's going to remain the same. Now you got Nestor. I like the concept of Tyone throwing that big game for us, but if Nestor's going to be up for the challenge, 3 days rest, put him in. Throw him in, short leash. You got to get it done. And let me be on the record of saying this, and this is clearly not out of any type of like cockiness or bias. I really don't. I don't believe so. As a true just sports fan, I think this is a Yankees blowout tomorrow. I do. I think that everything is lining up that way. All the analysts are saying that the Guardians have the edge because of their bullpen, and granted, that was before that the Yankees got a little bit of a rest now tonight, and they have some fresh arms for tomorrow. But either way, Guardians have a little bit of an edge. All these little comments that they're all making on MLB Network, on ESPN, on TBS, right? Something doesn't feel right. This is a juggernaut offense who clearly never wakes up in the playoffs in the Yankees, but I think that once in a while they do kind of wake up and then kind of get out of their own way. I think they can have a big game tomorrow. It's going to all start with Judge and Stanton, because if they're going to do this bullshit, like, I don't even know the numbers, but they're like, I think they're 3 for like 28 or something with like 18 strikeouts in this series. It's a joke. But get the party started early. I really think that this is a smooth sailing win. That's assuming Bieber isn't pitching. We're hearing Francona insist that he's not pitching. Makes no sense to me. But if he doesn't pitch and we get some good innings out of Nestor, I like our chances a lot. And then you just survive in advance. Houston has a massive advantage. They would have had an advantage whether we had no time to rest or we had a million days to rest. They're a better team than the Yankees. They're more well-rounded. They have a much more winning culture. They kind of thrive off of being the villain. They love playing in the Bronx. It's kind of a sin because as hot as the NL teams are, I do think that this championship is getting won in the AL. So, if the Yankees were able to overcome that obstacle that's held them out of being in a World Series for 5 years now at this point against this team, I think they can easily win the World Series. I think they're just flat out better than both the Padres and the Phillies. But we're going to see. And I'm hoping that we're just awarded the opportunity to watch, because there's nothing like at least being you get a little bit more time, right? You get some time bought for you. You get a 7-game series now against a team that, sure, they've embarrassed us and whatever the case, but I think it would be a huge blow to lose to Cleveland, and I think it would be an even further hopelessness feeling if the Yankees tomorrow come out flat and lose at home, and you now lose to a team that had no business even being in the playoffs at the beginning of the season, and you're working with a team now that, sure, they had some injuries, but, Boone and Cashman, if they're not held accountable, if this team loses tomorrow, it is a joke. It's this cycle of insanity that goes on where they'll lose tomorrow and then you feel hopeless. Maybe they'll make a change. They don't make the change. And then 2 months go by. Winter meetings happen, maybe even further than that, maybe like pitchers and catchers report, it's starting to almost be the season, you go, you know what, maybe it's different this year. It's a sickness, it's an illness, clearly, because this team is just doing this shit over and over again. But if they lose again and they underachieve, because make no mistake, this is an underachievement. I don't care what their expectations were before this season, with people thinking that they were going to finish maybe 4th in this division. If they lose in this series in 5 games the way they lose, if they lose, and Boone is not held accountable after he has flubbed so many different, like, brutal bullpen moves, just a lot of brutal moves in general. If he's not held accountable, and more so if Cashman isn't held accountable, that is a very scary thought. But I'm not going to say that yet, because I do think the Yankees really persevere. I think they come out hot, and I think this could get ugly. I really do. They haven't had that game where they kind of throw it all up. I think that could happen tomorrow or in front of the home fans. So the bottom line is we get another day to say we're in the playoffs, and hopefully we'll extend that by another week or so. But MLB handled this like complete and utter dog shit. I feel very bad for Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. I think he's getting mistreated and misunderstood by all these honestly uneducated Yankees fans, and I think that it's just we're prolonging the inevitable. So let's sign off, and I'll talk to you guys after. Hopefully the Yankees are moving to Houston. So bye bye.